Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to unlock a really powerful secret about how your brain is actually wired to learn. We're diving into this fascinating idea that explains why some things stick in your memory and others, well, they just seem to vanish. It all starts with a question I bet you've asked yourself 1,000 times.
Has this ever happened to you? You meet someone, you see their face, that's an image, and you can picture it perfectly later on. But for the life of you, you cannot remember their name, which is just a word. It's so common, right? And it actually points to a fundamental truth about how our minds really work.
Well, the answer is this amazing concept called dual coding theory. Here's the best way to think about it. Your brain isn't just one giant processor. It's kind of like it's running two specialized programs at the exact same time. One channel handles all the language stuff, words, text, the words I'm saying right now. The other one, that's a totally different track for everything nonverbal, images, sounds, even the feeling of where stuff is in a room.
And, this isn't some brand new idea. A psychologist named Alan Pavio first proposed it way back in 1971. But what's really amazing is how modern science, especially with tools like brain scans, has just continued to back it up. Today, it's pretty much a cornerstone for anyone trying to create effective ways to learn.
Okay, so how do these two mental tracks actually work? Let's break down how your brain takes in information on these two separate channels.
Let's use the classic example. When I say the word dog, your verbal system hears the sounds. It processes the letters D-O-G. That's one code. But almost instantly, your nonverbal system jumps in and creates a mental image of a dog. That's the second code. And this is where the magic happens. Because you have two different hooks for that same idea, one verbal, one visual, you create a memory that's way stronger and much easier to pull up later.
But here's the really cool part. These two systems don't just handle different types of info, they handle it in totally different ways. Your verbal brain thinks in a straight line. It processes words in a sequence, one after the other, kind of like reading a sentence. Your visual brain, on the other hand, is a parallel processor. It sees the whole picture, a whole map, all at once. Everything is there at the same time.
And wait a minute, think about what's happening right here, right now. You're listening to my voice, that's engaging your verbal channel. And you're looking at these slides, that's lighting up your nonverbal visual channel. This whole explainer is a real-time demo of dual coding in action, and it's designed specifically to help you get this and remember it. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, so the theory makes sense, but the big question is, how do we actually put it to work? How can we deliberately use this idea to seriously supercharge the way we learn things?
Well, the applications are surprisingly simple, but they are so powerful. When you're learning something new, don't just read about it. Find a good picture that goes with it. You know what's even better? Draw one yourself. If you're learning a new language, use hand gestures, act out the words. Research shows this creates a super strong nonverbal link. Basically, turn what you're reading into a movie in your head. The goal is always to get both channels working together.
I mean, just look at this checklist. It's a perfect roadmap. Use visual aids, have students draw, include body movements. See that? Almost every single tip on this list is a practical strategy for firing up both of your brain's learning systems. It's an amazing takeaway for anyone who teaches, or really anyone who just wants to learn better.
And the payoff here is huge. To put it simply, giving your brain two ways to get to a memory can literally double your chances of actually remembering it. You're basically building two different highways to the exact same piece of information.
Now, of course, like any big idea in science, it's not the only idea out there. And to really appreciate dual coding, it helps to see where it fits into the bigger conversation about how our minds work.
So, on one side, the evidence for dual coding is really strong. Studies consistently show we remember concrete words like car, things you can picture, way better than abstract words like justice. And brain scans literally show more of your brain lighting up when you pair words and images. Now, on the other side, some competing ideas suggest there might be a deeper, more abstract code, kind of like a third language of pure meaning that isn't a picture or a word. It's a really interesting debate, but for you and me, for actually learning stuff, the power of pairing words and images is an absolute game changer.
And really, even with all the scientific discussion, the core takeaway from dual coding theory is just so powerful. This quote says it all, doesn't it? Two codes are better than one. It's such a simple principle, but it has huge implications for how we should all approach learning.
So the next time you're trying to learn something important, don't just read it, don't just listen to it. Stop and ask yourself, how can I see this? How can I draw this out? Your brain is already equipped with this amazing two-track system. The only question left is,
How are you going to use them?